I will now demonstrate how an incontinence product works. Your incontinence products will come in various sizes and styles, but the basic features will be the same. And I'll be using a TENA Comfort Plus to demonstrate that. The first layer of every pad is made up of a hydrophobic substance. It's made up of tiny pores which lets the urine through very quickly and keeps the person's skin dry. The second layer is made up of pulp fibres. These pulp fibres have been specifically arranged to draw the urine downwards. And then the second layer of fibres, the fibres are elongated to both ends of the pad so that the urine is channeled from the middle up to either end of the pad. The last layer of the pad is made up of a waterproof backing. With some products, the waterproof backing will not be as crinkly as it is with the TENA Comfort Plus, but I'll talk about those in a bit more detail at a later stage. These yellow lines on the waterproof backing are called wetness indicators, and what they do is they turn blue as the pad absorbs urine. When this pad has reached its maximum working capacity, that yellow line there will turn blue all the way, and the one at the bottom as well, bearing in mind that the urine hits the middle spot and works its way outwards. These are a guide and do not take away your discretion as a carer. They're a guide to indicate when that pad has reached its maximum working capacity. All the TENA products have a droplet system to indicate absorbency levels. The more drops coloured in, the more a pad will absorb. In this case, the TENA Comfort Plus has 6 drops coloured in, as opposed to a TENA Comfort Normal that will have fewer drops coloured in. I will now demonstrate how the wetness indicators work. This is lukewarm water. Just pour it onto the product. As you can see, that line has turned from a prominent yellow colour to a blue-greeny colour. These wetness indicators, when completely turned colour, indicate that that pad has reached its maximum working capacity and needs to be changed. As mentioned earlier, the top hydrophobic sheet keeps the person's skin dry. The urine goes through the top sheet into the pulp fibres, and the urine is prevented from coming out by the waterproof layer. I also talked about superabsorbent powders that are scattered throughout the pad, which lock the urine away from the person's skin. I'm now going to show you how superabsorbent powders work. Superabsorbent powders are scattered throughout the pulp fibres of the pad, and they're a fine white granular powder. I'll pour some warm water into the powder. You can see how the powders are absorbing the urine, which locks it away from the person's skin. Superabsorbent powders hold 50 times their own weight in urine. What they do is they bind with the urine molecules and lock the urine away from air. Normal urine does not smell unpleasant. However, if it has been sitting for a while, it begins to have an offensive smell. This is because air comes in contact with the urine and forms ammonia. Superabsorbent powders stop that from happening because they bind with the urine so that the air can no longer bind. This is what provides odour control, as ammonia is not formed. As you can see, the superabsorbent powders have changed texture and they continue to absorb the urine.